turn away from mould maker. This evening what I'm going to do is cut this, or not cut it out, but mark it out in the aluminium. I'll have to cut it out in the workshop. I'm not sure the way I'm going to do it yet. I do have a bandsaw, but that's not rigged up at the moment. I have a kind of a cutter which will cut through, but I'm not sure whether it will cut through 3mm aluminium. I've never tried it, but I will give that a go in the next video. If not, what I normally do, the age-old way of cutting out sheet and various bits and pieces, was to chain drill. Chain drill is where you just drill a series of holes just on the outside of the line. You cut through that, take the piece off, and then you file it down to the actual shape. Bit long-winded perhaps in some respects, but that was the old way of cutting out pieces. I've done lots. I've made a chassis for a 5-inch gauge Loco by just actually chain drilling the bits, the holes where the axle boxes were going to go, various bits and pieces like that. So when you mark out on a metal, we used to use an engineer's blue, which was a liquid in a tin. Get an old cloth, shake the tin up, take the lid off, make the cloth blue and wipe it all over. That would give you a blue finish. And then you could scribe your lines in. Now, the only reason I'm using this pair of dividers is because they're brand new and they're quite sharp. Now, it doesn't have to be too thin because this is aluminium and it's easy to score. I mean, technically speaking, when you were marking out aluminium in the days when I was engineering, you wouldn't use a sharp thing because you could weaken it. But for this, it doesn't matter because we're model making. So I'm going to actually show you how I'm doing this, and you can make your own mind up as to how you want it. I have got a bandsaw, but the bandsaw is not quite ready. It needs a few modifications, so I'm not going to mess about doing that. So what I'm going to do first is just roughly mark on here where I want it to be blue, okay? And that way I can mark my lines within that. So I put a line on there. I'm now just getting this and I'm just going to glue the whole thing in. It's easier with a cloth and the stuff, I tell you. I've never done this before, but it's been a long time since I've done any real metal work. But with this Loco, I did want to design a piece, modify it, just to see if I can still do these things. I've done it so many times in the past when I was an apprenticed engineer, that this is different to wiping it on with a cloth. But anyway, I think the same result will be achieved, which is all that really worries me. So, there we are. We'll have a go at this. Now the thing is, if you've never done this before, it is not rocket science. Take your time. The hardest piece so far has been to actually make that bit. So I'll leave that like that while it dries. It doesn't smell like the old stuff used to either. But anyway, that's on there. Now this also says it's refillable, okay? I don't know whether I'm ever going to finish using it, but there we go. Now this is the bit we're going to make. So what I did, I got this and I copied the profile of that in order to get that shape, so that when I turn this round this way, so this will fix on top of there, the chassis will be extended, and that's how it will be. That will give you the doorway, and this will give me the bunker on the back to put the coal. The chassis will be extended, and as you've probably seen in my other video, you'll see there'll be a little pony wheel made to go underneath that bit. It's just a wheel either side. So it will be an 042, which is the Loco, because at the moment it's an 040. There'll be other modifications as well. The buffers on the front will disappear, the hook, and it will have a multi-level pin type. narrow gauge bit on the front. Here it might just be 2 holes, I'm not quite sure. I might just drill out the buffer beam and just put 2 holes. It's just to make it a little bit longer, just to make it look a little bit more feasible. And the other thing I will do is it will all be sprayed black, and then I may go into lining it like they have on here. Let's see if it's dry. It's drying, it's not quite dry yet. Right, as you can see in the CAD here, there is a very oversized gauge, but I'm going to leave that because somebody's put that in there. And I mean, this is a bit of a novelty Loco anyway, but I want it to look quite good on the railway. It's mainly for the grandchildren to drive, because it will have the Micron radio control system fitted to it. The motor gearbox is already underneath there. I know it goes, there is a video of it running round. I just fitted a battery to it and just let it run without control, and it went quite well. It holds onto the track, it runs on that plastic track that I use quite well. You don't want anything on that track bigger than an 040 really. If you've got an 060, that has to be very close, but an 040 you can get away with. It runs quite nicely on that. So yes, but I just thought this was worth saving. So anyway, let's see. That's drying off now. I'll just show you one little bit more that I'm going to do, because I'm going to do the controls inside, because obviously you'll be able to see up in there, so it's worth. So this is a piece of wood that was turned by the person who made this, quite nicely turned, nice hard bit of wood. I don't know what it is, might be teak or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, that will be glued in. I will then probably follow straight down square round, bring the firebox bit down, and then I will make doors, dummy doors on there, various bits. You'll get the gauge glasses, the regulator, various valves to operate the water and the steam for the injectors, and various bits and pieces like that, which will go in there, because I will get a driver and a fireman to fix in at the end as well. The actual radio controlled equipment will fit in this bit here, because the batteries are not that big, so I'm sure that will go in. If not, I'll put it under the new bit of chassis at the back, but I think it'll fit in there. The Micron system will definitely fit in there. You've got the 2 wires there going through from the motor, which will go to the Micron system, and then if the battery, I can run the wires back through the other way and have the battery at the back if there's not enough room. So I've already worked that side of it out. Right, so we'll get rid of that now, put that over there. Now, when you mark out using a piece of steel, it's like cutting a piece of wood really. If you want to make lots of things out of your piece of wood, the best way is to try and find the most economical way of getting something out. So all I'm going to basically use, if I could just cut that straight off, I'd just be that bit over there and it'd have all that left. I don't want to do it like that, because then I've got to cut a bit there and so on. So if I push that up to the top corner and get the angle at the back like that, that's all I've got to do. So one piece I haven't got to cut out, because that bit is already there, okay? Then you take your scriber, in this case it is this, my caliper, and then I am scribing. I'm going to hold that because it's thin, it's moving, so I'm going to put it here, like so. That's it, and that's into there. Then I'm going to do that bit there. So this bit's quite simple. It doesn't matter too much. You haven't got to be too precise. But I mean, obviously this is made to measure with the existing bit of the Loco. So you don't want it any smaller So if anything, make it slightly bigger and then bring it down to size, because most of this will be done with a file. And because it's aluminium, it will file quite nice. You need a sharp file, and the other thing you need, a lot of people don't really know about, is a thing called a file card, which is a little bit like a wire brush. Because what happens when you're filing things like aluminium soft materials, it what you call pins the file. In other words, it gets clogged up with the swarf that you're filing off. And then of course it tends to then slide over the material as opposed to filing it away, which is what we want it to do. So I've got various files all ready to go for this job, but I will probably chain drill it out, which is a bit of a laborious job, I'm afraid, but it's something that's got to be done in order to get it right. The thing is to hold this as firm as you can so it doesn't move. And you can just keep going over until you've got it right. It's when you take it off and then you find there's a bit that you've forgotten to do. But like I say, when you chain drill, make sure you stay the rough side of the line, not the good side but the rough side, because you can then take it down with a file. If you drill the hole too close, you might actually go over. Right, so what we've got now is that, which is what we want. So this bit in here is what we want. We will cut that out, cut down there, cut across there, and if you've got your bandsaw, or if you've got a bandsaw, I mean, you can saw it with a hacksaw if you want. The other thing you could do, which is another thing I could try, is a jigsaw with a hacksaw blade in it, and just take your time. This bit I might drill out round there with holes, even if I do the straight bits. But again, I will still be about a 32nd of an inch, which is what, a mil, just over a mil away from the line, and then bring the line down. Because the other thing you can do when you're filing things like that, I'll show you when I'm actually doing it, is to perhaps put a piece of angle either side, bring the line, and then file down to the actual angle. Which is cheating, but if you're not used to filing, if you're trying to use it sticking up in the vise too far, it'll chatter as you're filing it, you'll bend it a little bit, and the other thing is you don't want the teeth marks of the vise in there. So what I use is 2 pieces of aluminium angle, but you can also set them up as a guide and file down to it, and you'll get it very neat. So there are lots of little shortcuts that I'll show you. And the only reason is because when I used to work as a fitter's mate, making pieces to fit onto bits of machinery, that's how we did it. I did lots of sheet metal work, making bits and pieces in my time when I was an apprentice. So that was your job. They said, right, we need a piece to cover that. So you kind of draw it out, mark it all out, cut it all out, make it, put fittings on if there was holes it needed to fix and various other bits and pieces. So that was my job a long time ago now, but there we are, and we're still doing it. So anyway, that's where we are. So the good thing is to have a go at making bits and pieces, because it's not that hard. And of course the other thing is, if you really mess up, then start again, another place on your piece of material, which in this case is 3mm aluminium. Okay, so anyway, thanks for watching, and the next video will show you me cutting this out. Alright, the technique. I might use a little bit of the jigsaw, I might use some of the chain drilling with the holes, so that you can see for yourself, because it will depend on what you've got as tools to do it. Because you know, and like I say, stay this side of the line all the time. But don't do it too much. You don't want to be hours filing down a lot of material. Okay, so there we are. Good. I hope you enjoyed that. If you do, please subscribe. Then you'll see the rest of the build series for this Loco. And of course, I've got, I don't know, I think it's nearly 600 videos now, of all different. There's all kind of railway related. In most cases, some of it's card modelling buildings and various bits. But I do all gauge. I've got 00 gauge stuff on there. I've got 16mm, I've got 45mm, gauge 1, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's mainly railway orientated, but I have made a few Airfix models of cars and various other bits. So yeah, it's mainly model making of some description. It doesn't really matter what you're making it. It's the techniques that you can use and learn to make things. Anyway, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.